Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here as we get ready for qualifying for race number 17 of Season 4 of the NCAA Duracell Cup Series. Last week we had some great racing at the Monster Mile Dover International Raceway. Here tonight, though, we are under the lights for not only the non-charter qualifying session, but later on this evening, the charter main event as well at the Kansas Speedway. 27 laps of racing here tonight for the non-charter drivers. As usual, the top 6 will advance into the Banquet 400 later on tonight. J Schwallenberg lines up on the pole position. He's looking to make his 5th start of the season. Harrison Ponder will start his outside. Harrison is looking to make his 3rd start of the season. Rob Evans behind them. He's also looking to make his 3rd start of the season. Of course, he won the non-charter race a couple of weeks ago at the Indianapolis Road Course. And alongside him is going to be Justin Dearborn. Dearborn's looking to make start number 4 on the season in a chartered race. Of course, the driver that we continue to single out, but it's basically just because we kind of have to with the situation as far as a spot in the playoffs is concerned, is J Dollerton. He'll be rolling off from the 12th position. Dollerton so far has 7 starts in charter events this season. The championship provisional got him 5. He's qualified his way into 2 others besides that. 3 more races he still needs to qualify into if he's going to have his Manassas win count towards a spot in the playoffs. And including tonight, he's only got 10 more races in which to do it. Let's go down trackside, though. Get the most famous words in motorsports as the Grand Marshal is about ready to get them underway.
Drivers, start your engines!
Check down the description below for your official starting lineup for this evening's event. We'll be touching on this some more when we get to the charter event, but I was looking through the statistics from the last 3 seasons here at Kansas, and Kansas has been very democratic in terms of the manufacturers that have won here. Very first Kansas race was won by Mitchell Collins in a Ford. Season 2, it was Zach Rogers in a Dodge. And then last season, it was a Chevrolet, and now all of a sudden my mind's gone blank as to who it was. Austin LaPlante, that's who it was. Toyota is the only manufacturer that has not won a race here at Kansas. And you got 2 of them lined up here on the front row for the non-charter qualifying race. You almost wonder if that's maybe a foretelling of what we're going to see later on this evening when we eventually get to the main event. Who knows? 27 laps, so I don't think that pit strategy is going to play a factor here into the outcome of this non-charter event. It certainly will in the charter race, but we'll wait and see. As J Schwallenberg and Harrison Ponder get us underway here tonight at the Kansas Speedway. Green flags in the air, let's roll. Going to see the inside line have the advantage early on restarts, but that outside groove is going to start to come in. As Daniel Voyles is going to take it 3 wide with S Ozkan and Justin Dearborn for the 4th position. And we're going to see a lot of this here tonight as well. Drivers going to have to be careful not to run too wide off the corner and brush that outside wall. Very similar to what we ended up seeing back during our main event race at Las Vegas. Dearborn and Tristan Allen up there. You can see them kind of drift up the track a bit. There's no grip up in that 3rd lane right now. They're trying to lay down some rubber perhaps for later on in this race, but 27 laps isn't really all that long in a 1.5 mile track, especially with the lap times that they turned, as Rob Evans trying to get the race lead away from J Schwallenberg. He's got Daniel Voyles and T Gehrdes right behind him. A couple of cars down there using the apron, which is legal. Brad Stover was one of them. And oh no! Shoot! Wow. J Taurus, Dylan Poteet, W Goss, Quentin Moore, Seth Cole, and RJ Bishop. They just got flat taken out. Well, I said that that apron is a viable lane, but then these drivers are responsible for making sure that they merge back up safely. And obviously that was not the case. Caution's going to fly for the first time tonight on lap 3. Rob Evans leads him back to the start-finish line, and I don't think that Joshua Osborne is going to be making a lot of friends with that move right there. I mean, a couple of drivers went down there on the apron, but most of them made it back up safely without causing an incident, and that's at least 6 drivers right there that will not be transferring into the main event. Let's go back and see what happened over there in turn 1, because Brad Stover did a good job emerging back up. I'd love to know why Joshua Osborne didn't. I'm going to focus on the 20 of W Goss, because I think he's the one that Osborne came back up into. And there were 3 cars down there on the apron. The 80, the 56, and the 36. Now watch the 80. He comes back up safely. 36 is coming up somewhat safely. Now watch on the bottom right of your screen. You're going to see the 55 or 56. Oh, he stayed down the apron. That was his problem. Then he comes back up. Oh, N Amoedo actually was at fault for this wreck too. He went up in RJ Bishop and D Poteet. So while Osborne got W Goss, N Amoedo did the same thing. Both those drivers dive bombing the corner. So I would almost assume that if drivers are having that kind of difficulty early on fresh tires of getting their cars to be able to come back up safely onto the racing surface after using the apron, I think that apron should be out of bounds. But these drivers, they're willing to take those risks. At the same time, though, I don't think N Amoedo or Joshua Osborne are going to be on the Christmas card list of a few of these drivers, as they are all torn up, and their chances of more than likely making it into the Banquet 400 have pretty much ended as soon as lap 3. Well, quite incredibly enough, nobody out of the race after that incident, so I guess Seth Cole, J Taurus, RJ Bishop, W Goss, D Poteet, and Quentin Moore, hoping that maybe there'll be more carnage that they'll be able to work their way through, maybe snag a top 6 position, but all 26 drivers still running and on the lead lap as Rob Evans looking for what would be his second non-charter win in the last 3 weeks. He'll lead us back to green with Daniel Voyles second, D Schwallenberg in third, L Chung now up to 4th, and 5th is T Gehrdes. Then it's Arthur Xavier, S Ozkan, J Dearborn, A Sampsell, and Dawson Wise. That is going to be the top 10 right now. Xavier, much like last week, he is in the final transfer position. He finished 6th last week at Dover as well to advance into that race, making his 4th start of the season. Pate's car is going to make the left-hand turn to pit road. It's going to be 20 laps of racing left here tonight at Kansas when we get them back underway. Hopefully these drivers will not utilize that apron any longer, as the green flag is going to come back out. And we're back racing here at Kansas Speedway. Daniel Voyles, nice crossover move there to the inside of Rob Evans. Caught Rob completely unawares, and now trying to edge ahead is the 63, but there you see that outside line starting to come in again. Rob Evans able to hold for the time being. Now Voyles into turn 3 is going to clear off of 4. Evans trying to hold on to second place. D Schwallenberg trying to get down to the inside, can't do it. He's also got Arthur Xavier right on his back bumper as they're 3 wide behind them with T Gehrdes in the middle. S Ozkan on the bottom and L Chung way up topside. L Chung for a brief moment had a good run. Whoa, and then almost went around off the nose of her teammate, J Dearborn. 3 wide behind them. Dawson Wise, Harrison Ponder, and Pedro Lucas. Looks like they're all going to settle it out. Coming down here onto the front straightaway. Nobody use that apron, please. Now Michael Roode stuck in the middle of a 3-wide situation with Dearborn and Gehrdes. As we've got a battle for the lead. Arthur Xavier and Daniel Voyles, they've kind of broken away from the rest of the pack, who are side by side for 3rd with S Ozkan, Rob Evans, and A Sampsell. And Michael Roode back there, forging his way up the middle. He made a couple of passes. Using that middle line is Arthur Xavier, looking for the top position. We mentioned the fact that Austin LaPlante is a former winner here at Kansas, defending winner that is. Now, when he took a checkered flag last season, which was the first of 2 on the year for the 48 car, he drives for Northeast Motorsports, and that is a teammate to Arthur Xavier. So you have to wonder what kind of a setup, what kind of equipment, and what kind of advice Arthur Xavier has been given here tonight to try and advance into this race. Back here, though, is where the battle for the transfer position is going on. Right now, Rob Evans, with this pass that Justin Dearborn made, Evans drops back into 6th place, and now the battle for the transfer spot is on between himself and L Chung. You can see that the 56 of Joshua Osborne, after that incident up in turn 1 that brought out our only caution to date, he's got rear end damage. Doesn't seem to really be affecting him, though, as he's going to try and take a spot away from Rob Evans. This would be for 7th, however. As right now, L Chung holds the final transfer spot. Now goes to the inside of her teammate, Justin Dearborn, to try and pick up 5th. This could put Dearborn in a bit of a situation. We had some contact back here. Rob Evans is dropping back through the field all of a sudden. Not able to get down to that inside line. Tristan Allen's going to make a pass. Michael Roode makes a pass. N Amoedo about to do the same. I mentioned the fact that I didn't think that pit road was going to play a factor into this race, and I think the fact that nobody came to pit road under that caution confirms that suspicion. If anybody was short on fuel, they all would have been down pit road there, even as soon as lap 3, taking the opportunity to pit under caution rather than under green. A Sampsell. He was the winner of the non-charter race last week at Dover, and now he's moved into 2nd place. L Chung is 3rd, Daniel Voyles in 4th, and right now it's S Ozkan and Joshua Osborne that hold the final spots, but as Osborne makes the pass on Voyles, that'll open up the door for Justin Dearborn to try and take the final position away from Daniel Voyles, as we almost got into the back bumper there, almost into the left rear quarter panel of Daniel Voyles. I think we have a battle for the lead too. A Sampsell was looking low over in turn 1 on Arthur Xavier, but he's not able to get to the inside of the 24 car just yet. N Amoedo trying to work his way up here. The 2 drivers that caused that wreck, but were able to continue on. Right now, one of them is in a transfer spot. The other one is knocking on the door for a transfer spot. There you saw the right side damage on the Pennzoil Ford. The battle scars he sustained after he got up into RJ Bishop and Dylan Poteet, but it does not seem to affect the speed of his race car. Speaking of that, what about our drivers that got involved in the wreck? How off the pace are they? Seth Cole, Quentin Moore, and Will Goss, they're going into turn 3 right now. Race leaders are coming off of turn 4. So I was wondering about if we ended up going green to the end, if that slower traffic would come into play in the closing stages. Looks like those cars, though damaged, are still carrying some pretty good speed, so I don't think they actually will be a factor for the end of this race. 5th place under contest. Justin Dearborn to the inside of S Ozkan, and Daniel Voyles now going to take it 3 wide. Had to back out of it there. Reason why he had to back out of it is because as we got longer into this run, that right front is starting to heat up, and so the cars are going to get a lot tighter and not really want to turn. You enter in that shallow in a 3 wide situation into turn 3, there's every likelihood you're going to slide up into the driver that's to your outside. So Daniel Voyles very smart to back off. Now he's actually going to methodically work his way back into a transfer spot around S Ozkan. So move Voyles back to 6th. Michael Roode now looking for 7th place on the 70 machine. Let's follow up on the 83 of Chris Dollerton. Where is he at? I saw him falling back. There he is. He's trying to make some forward progress, but right now mired back in the 19th position, back here with pole sitter Dylan Schwallenberg. See if Dollerton can make his way up here in the next 9 laps or so into a transfer position. Rob Evans, who was a favorite early on, he's now kind of faded back outside of the top 10. Right now around the 16th position. As now Tristan Allen trying to take a spot away from Daniel Voyles, who just lost the final transfer spot to Michael Roode. So right now Michael Roode in the 6th spot that everybody's going to be battling for. Tristan Allen's got some damage on the right side. I didn't remember seeing him get involved in that wreck over in turn 1. Maybe he did. Maybe he brushed the wall though too. It hasn't seemed to affect him as he's now trying to take the final transfer spot away from Michael Roode. If you've been keeping track of the ticker up on the top left, we did have a lead change. A Sampsell got around Arthur Xavier, so he is now the new race leader. And Xavier is under fire for second place now. L Chung looking to the inside of the Napa Chevrolet. Top 5 all starting to close up on each other, and so we could have some movers and shakers inside of transfer spots here in these final 6.5 laps. Right now, Tristan Allen has the final spot. Or no, I'm sorry, Michael Roode has the final spot. Tristan Allen and N Amoedo are within striking distance to get it, as Arthur Xavier looking to take the second position back away from L Chung. Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, your top 4 right now. Talked about the fact that Kansas has been very democratic in manufacturers doing well in the last 3 seasons, and we're seeing it all over again here in the non-charter race. Xavier trying to get that inside line to work. He's going to get alongside of L Chung at least. This is going to really help A Sampsell, because as these guys continue to race side by side, he's going to pull away. And look at this, Michael Roode. We're going to have the top 6 all battling maybe side by side for 3 rows deep. Xavier clears for second. Ooh, Dearborn got a little tight there through the center of 1 and 2. Really having to bail out of the throttle, and Michael Roode's going to pay the price because of that as well. It's Tristan Allen and N Amoedo trying to close up. They don't have a lot of time left. It's going to be 4 to go at the line this next time around. Long ways back till you get to S Ozkan, T Gehrdes, and Michael Wayne Robinson. I think they may be out of it. Arthur Xavier back to the point. 24 cars looked really strong here tonight. Got up to the lead, lost it, fought back, and took it again. L Chung following in his tire tracks, trying to get a non-charter victory here as well. Remember, if you win this race, you start 37th in the starting lineup. Doesn't seem like much, but to be honest, at a lot of tracks, to be able to start the highest up and on that inside line actually is important. As the transfer spot is under contest, it's going to be Joshua Osborne trying to hold off Tristan Allen. And Tristan is going to edge ahead out of turn 2. Tristan Allen's looking to make his 4th start in the season. And Osborne is looking to make his 4th. Neither one of these drivers have a top 10 in a charter race, as if that had been the finish, Tristan Allen would have gotten it. But this is not the finish. This is 2 laps to go, as Arthur Xavier continues to show the way. Battle is on for 3rd. Sampsell's going to hold off Michael Roode down the back straightaway. Dearborn now with a big run, trying to get the 4th position, nothing doing. And right now, Tristan Allen's got that 5th spot, but make that Osborne and N Amoedo are right there. White flag in the air, 1 more lap here tonight at Kansas. Arthur Xavier looks like he may be en route to winning this non-charter race and transferring into the main event, which means that all 3, or make that 4 rather, of the Northeast Motorsports drivers would be in the main event later on this evening, at a track where Northeast Motorsports is the defending winning team, and battle may be on for the win here. L Chung tried, A Sampsell tried, neither one going to be successful. As off turn 4 for the final time, Arthur Xavier, he transferred 6th last week at Dover. He wins tonight at Kansas Speedway to transfer into back-to-back races. L Chung, A Sampsell, Michael Roode, Justin Dearborn, and Tristan Allen is going to snipe the final position into the Banquet 400 later on this evening. Other drivers now crossing the start-finish line that were damaged and off the pace from the only wreck that we had here this evening. And Arthur Xavier, how about this guy? All of a sudden, he seems to be doing quite well in his qualifying attempts. Had only 3 main event starts prior to last week, and now he's going to be making his 5th start of the season, as he will start in back-to-back charter races. Let's take a look at the rest of the finishing results. Keep an eye on Northeast Motorsports. they may be a team to watch later on tonight, as Xavier, Chung, Sampsell, Roode, Dearborn, Allen, they are all going to transfer. That's going to be back-to-back races for both Xavier and for Adam Sampsell. Sampsell transferred into the Dover race last week as well. Just missing out was N Amoedo. He got around J Osborne for 7th, but was not able to get by Tristan Allen for the final transfer spot. Osborne was 8th. T Gehrdes and D Voyles completed the top 10. A couple of guys that we saw up towards the front early that faded back late. Rob Evans back to 16th place. D Schwallenberg back to 15th place. And Harrison Ponder, who started on the outside of the front row, that was the only time we really talked about him. He dropped all the way back to 21st position. And the finishing results here tonight. Number of drivers back there like D Poteet, J Taurus, Will Goss, Seth Cole, and Quentin Moore. They all were struggling with damage they sustained on lap 3, the only caution of the day. So we know the 6 drivers that are transferring into the main event race later on tonight here at Kansas. Can't wait for that one. Hope you guys will tune in. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's qualifying session. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to be part of the crew today. We'll see you guys later on tonight for the Banquet 400, race number 17 of Season 4 of the Duracell Cup Series. I've been Seth Cole, and you've been watching a production of A Xavier, Offline Racing at its best.